Alright, this one is talking about the ages of CEOs, and it asks us to look at the histogram from exercise 2.3, and it says, what is the typical age of a CEO? Alright, so typical, when we hear that, it's usually asking, talk about the center. Okay, and so from our graph, let's just estimate where the center might be. So the center, we can think of this as either a balancing point, or the point where about half are below, or a point where half are below and half are above. The balancing point turns out to actually be the mean, and the point where half are below or half are above, that's the median. Okay, both are good measures of center. And what I mean by a balancing point is you can imagine cutting this out on a piece of wood or something, and then if you were to have a seesaw, where would you put the little triangle, the fulcrum, so it balances? And it would probably be somewhere around here. It would probably try to balance the thing on the seesaw somewhere around there. And the median looks like, you know, we can actually count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 25, and we would want to pick a point where about half, about 12 or 13 are below, and 12 or 13 are above. And so here we can see that there's one person represented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. And then there's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15 people represented in the total at this point. So, you know, if I just write these, there's one person here, 1, 2, 4, and over here I've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. So here I've got 10 people higher than over here, which would be 60, and here I've got 8 people less than 56. So the center, in terms of the median, is probably going to be somewhere between 56 and 60. Okay, so the typical is something in between 56 and 60. So in this case, both the measure of center regarding the balancing point is also between 56 and 60, and then the median, a point where half are below and half are above. Okay, if we had to cut this thing somewhere in half, is also, they're both in agreement, something between 56 and 60, so typical maybe 58. Okay, but pretty much any number in between 56 and 60 would be fine.